And welcome back to another episode of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We're going to defend Saseki in court with our one receipt evidence. Yep. Oh yeah, these two exist. Hi. Oh, okay. Are they wearing one single scarf? Constable royally beat, sir. Nothing to report on the streets, sir. And I'm Mrs. Beat. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say this young town's hero's wife. Okay. What's the story here? Well, in truth, we have not been married long. In fact, we celebrated our first anniversary only the other day. Okay, we're gonna say this narcoleptic person is the witness, huh? No, it's your husband I was asking about. He seems tired. Hardly surprising. Whilst being an honorable occupation, patrolling the bee is the most demanding work in the world. Oh, really? I'm sure I've heard that before, actually. Yeah, the 20 miles a day thing, right? Come on, man. Indeed. Apart from rare days off, our gallant officers trudge some 20 miles a day, you know? They patrol boarding houses and pubs, collect taxes, survey the streets, check the meters are reading true, and they're responsible for keeping the streets clean and lighting and extinguishing the street lights. There are a number of items on the list that don't sound much like policing duties at all. I wouldn't be just falling asleep on my feet. I'd have collapsed a long time ago. But it goes without saying that the policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Even when he's off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crimes on his beat. For the London Bobby is a man of honor. You can't even take the compliment, he's still too sleepy. And a man of slumber. On the day in question, this man and his wife are walking down Briar Road in the opposite direction, and they witnessed the incident as it occurred. Is that not correct, Mr. and Mrs. Beats? That's right, sir. Isn't it, Rolly? Constable Rolly Beats, sir. Nothing to report on the streets, sir. Oh, what a great witness he's gonna be. Very good. I'd like to hear your formal testimonies now, please. You will tell the court exactly what you saw in the afternoon of the incident. Yes, sir! Witness testimony! What the witnesses saw. Okay. It was our wedding anniversary, and Rolly was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog on the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor, and the other scattered something before running off. They ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at the nearby police box. It was definitely that Japanese man in the dock. You did not seem as clear as day. That's a silhouette, you said. No. Also, yeah, you would think if she said, like, yes, I saw the Japanese man to the police officers, they would have gone immediately, not have her luck do detectiving and find out, yes, it was that guy who did it. Well, I mean, who was there. Well, this is extremely compelling testimony, I must say. Oh dear. This policeman and his wife are claiming to have positively identified Mr. Natsume at the scene. If their testimony is true, the alternative course of events you established in the summation examination will be quashed. It's death knell, in fact, because that alternative was never viable in the first place. What an unfortunate chancing. And on your wedding anniversary, too. Oh, I know. But I still managed to go out for the evening with my man. I thank the Lord for that. Gosh. The life of a London Bobby sounds very hard indeed. Indeed. However, this cross-examination will be over in minutes. You may well have time to rest this afternoon. Huh? What do you mean by that? My learned friend, the witness saw the face of the man fleeing the scene. They are testifying under oath that it was without a doubt the accused Mr. Saseki Natsume. Judge, or jury, you shut up right now. Hold on. One of the witnesses is a policeman, no less, so you appreciate the gravity of the situation, I'm sure. Except that the man's so tired, his wife has to do all the talking. Enough preamble, counsel for the defense. Commence the cross-examination, please. Yes, please, let me. Yes, my lord. I'm gonna tear this to shreds. Alright, let's press everything.
Hold it!
So, no time to change her to work, you say? Are you a member of the police, Mrs. Beat? Oh no, sadly not. Oh no, whoa, what was her voice? Oh no, sadly not. It's a job for strapping young men only. Women, children, the elderly can't even apply. Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can't do the job, can't you? I think Riley looks ever so handsome in his uniform. It suits you to the ground, doesn't it, darling? Oh, poor guy just wants a nap. I just finished my beat. Pat and I were heading to the station. I was actually planning on getting changed there. Is he talking in his sleep? This is creepy. Oh no, Rolly. I much prefer you in uniform. Sometimes, I don't recognize you when I see you in plain clothes. Okay, look, she has bad facial recognition. Oh dear, that doesn't seem healthy. Kindly adhere to the point. You were going for a meal after you had finished your beat for the day, correct? That's right, sir, yes. Although I was fit to drop, to be honest. After spending the whole day on my feet. But policing is my life, sir. As long as I'm the proud owner of this, I'll serve my city and queen to the end. What's that now? A warrant card, sir. Proof that I'm a London copper. It has the noble founding principles of the force written on it as a reminder to all of us policemen of our sworn duty. To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. Sir! And for such a noble cause, I cover 20 miles every single day without fail, without a grumble. Because I know that the plodding of my boots is all the Londoners need to hear to feel safe and secure. So, fighting crime doesn't appear to come into it then. But sir, just on that particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Mrs. Beat puts up with the, oh, look how cute they're being. Mrs. Beat puts up with the law of being married to a bobby like me. I want to show my dear wife how much I care. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. Oh, what a charming couple. Their young love is a joy to behold. If a little over the top, perhaps. And then, kindly describe what happened next. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog in the pavement in front of us. Two silhouettes? That's right. They were coming towards us, walking up on Briar Road in the opposite direction. Okay. I mean, that doesn't even look like Saseki's silhouette. That sure is a tall silhouette. There was a rather plump figure followed by a scrawny, thin-looking man. That does sound exactly like the victim as pictured as Prince, and like Mr. Natsume. Yeah, unfortunately it does. And you're certain at the time there was nobody else nearby? Oh yes, quite certain. It was dark, but there were streetlights on Briar Road, you see. There was nobody else around at all. Isn't that right, my darling? But yes, that's right, of course. There's a light fog on the ground, but Briar Road is dead straight and you can see a fairly long way down the pavement. And then there's the street lighting as well. I didn't see any other pedestrians. Before sleep takes a firm hold, your answer please, Mr. Beats. Are you quite sure of what you just said? Yes, sir! As a copper who spends all day, every day, keeping watch on the streets, I swear to it, sir. I'm as sure as my love for Patricia is true. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. They're still maintaining that there was no one else around other than the victim and the attacker. It's starting to seem like that must be how it really happened. It's beginning to seem like there's nowhere to run. Well, glad I saw Mr. Natsume did it. He fled the scene all too convincingly. Thank you. I believe I have a reasonably clear idea of the situation just before the incident now. What happened in the crucial moments that followed? And press.
Hold it!
Scout or something? What do you mean by that? Oh, well, I couldn't quite make out what it was at the time. But then when we got closer, we realized what it was. Didn't we, darling? This poor guy just wanted to take a nap.
What? Yes, that's right. It was some old books.
I see, old books.
Yes, sir! The culprit had dropped a number of them. All around where the victim lay on the pavement.
Indeed. As clearly pictured as photographic print. The Iran Japanese man did that when he did the deed. Yeah, hold on. That's not the word. Let's not forget that remains to be established that the defendant was indeed the attacker.
We saw him. It was the man in the dock without question, sir. The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the top mouth, the snub nose. Everything.
Any more other insults you want to throw in? That's right, he looked down at that poor defenseless woman with those terrifying intense eyes. And then suddenly threw his books on the pavement and ran away. This is tough. It seems as though they're telling the truth here.
May I remind the court that this unambiguous testimony comes from a policeman and his wife. Now please, continue. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We ran straight over, of course, then went for help in near a police box.
Hold it!
Was it your husband who went to fetch for help? Oh, no, I went. I may not be a police officer myself, but I am a proud wife of one after all. Isn't that right, my darling? I don't think you need to wake up to say that, yes, you're his wife.
What? Yes, that's right. I asked Mrs. Beat to go. I was off duty by that point. But Bobby's never truly off duty, of course, so I felt obliged to stay and guard the scene.
Very laudable, Mr. Beat. Preserving the scene of the crime is a task of considerable importance.
That's why I sent Patricia, you see. I told her where to find the right police box.
Forgive my ignorance. What do you mean exactly by the right police box?
Depends on the crime's location, you see, as to who deals with it. Where the one was stabbed wasn't actually on my beat. So I told Patricia the way to the police box where the beats it fell under so she could go and report it.
I ran there as quickly as I could and asked for help from the Bobby on duty. There's nothing more potent than a young couple in love working together, you know.
And thanks to your swift response, the case is quickly resolved. The actions of two model citizens.
Oh, please. You're making us blush, isn't he, darling? Let the man sleep.
Yes, sir. What Patricia said, sir.
Let's move on, shall we? It was definitely that Japanese man at the dock.
Hold it!
But surely you wouldn't have been able to see his face by the light of the gas street lamps, would you? We absolutely could. Us Londoners have exceptional eyesight, I'll have you know. Sure. The light from the street lamps was more than enough. And my husband already told you that the fog was only light, didn't he? Oh my gosh, you're gonna kill him. Yeah, and what of the fog? We're famous for it across the globe, I believe. But it's an absolute menace to those of us who have to live with it, of course. Oh, it is! It is! When it's thick, you can't even see the hand at the end of your own arm. Okay, I'll take your point. Now, could you stop shaking your husband about? The constant fog makes our eyes very sharp, you see. That's why we can tell you for sure. And it's certain that it was a little Japanese man that we saw. Can't we, darling?
What? Yes, it was the accused and no mistake. The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the top mouth, the snub nose, unmistakable, sir.
As far as the couple's testimony is concerned, there can't be any question. It was the Seki-san they saw running away from the scene of the crime. So that's it, is it? That's their entire testimony?
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, I hate to admit it, but on hearing the testimony, it really does seem as though Mr. and Mrs. Beat saw what they say they saw. Mr. Natsume running away from the scene on Briar Road on that day.
Yes, I feel the same.
So if that's true, where does it leave us?
The members of the jury are sure to call for a guilty verdict after this testimony.
Wait, no!
If Kazuma-sama were here...
What are you trying to say, Suzato-san?
I think we try to find a contradiction somewhere else within their testimony.
What do you mean somewhere else?
Their statement about seeing Mr. Natsume is unequivocal. Calling that into question won't help. But if you could identify some other part of their testimony which appears to contradict the facts, might be able to discredit them to make the jury doubt if the pair's memory on that day is accurate.
Oh, okay.
Put simply, we must focus on finding discrepancy in the statements somewhere. If we don't, I'm afraid the trial may reach an early and unfavorable conclusion.
Okay, so I missed something? Oh, no, okay.
Mr. Lawyer, sir, can I ask you something?
Yeah, of course. What is it?
Well, you keep asking us all these questions about everything we've told you, so... It seems like you don't believe our testimony, is that right? Well, out with it!
Huh? No. It's not really that at all.
My husband's a policeman, remember? I know what I saw. I remember every last detail, everything, like... Oh, I know. What about the books the man dropped? I can tell you the name of every single one I could. Every single one.
Do it.
You dare to question how reliable my testimony is.
Wait, am I not frame? Here we go.
No, it won't do it all. That Japanese lawyer has no idea what I'm capable of. If I decide to forgive him for insulting us, don't think that for a minute Rolly will.
I didn't really mean to cause offense. Please put your husband's fist down. Perhaps you would like the opportunity to supplement your testimony, Mrs. Beats? Oh, his hair. Might that appease you?
Oh, thank you, my lord. That would settle things nicely. Wouldn't it, darling?
Okay, yeah. Okay, hold on. 4 books? Was it 4? It was 3. And present.
Objection!
So you're saying that there were 4 books?
That's right, I remember all of them. The picture of Monsieur somebody, What's It Earrings, A Meal for Someone, and the Thingamy something.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Beat. But there's a fundamental flaw in this statement of yours.
Oh no, what's the flaw?
Simply that, at the scene of the crime, there were only 3 books, not 4.
Huh?
This one receipt's doing all the work for us. This is the receipt from the bookshop where the defendant bought his books.
Your books?
Uh-huh. And the details Mr. Natsume's purchases that day. But as you can see, only 3 books are listed.
Only 3? But no, that can't be. I remember seeing them. There are 4 books, I tell you. 4 dirty old books.
Okay, because she was probably buying books too. Oh, never mind. Maybe the photograph too. Oh, really? Have a good look at this photographic print as the scene of the crime. As you can clearly see from the evidence as well, there's only 3 books.
But I just don't believe it. I saw them there, I swear it. I saw them.
No, madam. I'm afraid your powers of observation cannot be relied upon.
Grr.
So, it cannot be denied that though you say it was the defendant you saw, your vision sucks!
Oh no, No!
Objection!
Yeah, I know, this is weak sauce. You know, it's good. Oh, wait, are you out of wine?
It's plainly evident. That is your powers of deduction that cannot be relied upon, my learned friend.
Huh?
There it is. What cannot be denied is that these two witnesses saw the accused running from the scene. A fact that you know very well you have no hope of disproving. So you've striven to avert attention from that by a dint of some inconsequential discrepancies. Would that be fair? But your plan is somewhat recoiled against you.
What are you talking about?
It's quite simple. Let me explain with a toast. To the policeman's wife and her entirely accurate testimony in every respect.
Oh!
You see, the matter is not up for debate. At the scene on Briar Road, a total of 4 books were most definitely found.
Objection!
But what about the photographic print? You know, there could be a book in front of her body, like here somewhere. Because she probably was buying books too.
Quite right. Only 3 can be seen in that print.
That print? You mean to say...
Allow me to present another.
Okay, but again, why can't we get this beforehand?
One that shows the victim's hand.
The Lion's Pride. Like from, what's the other couple's name? The couple I couldn't pronounce. The maid lady. They had that book, right?
Oh! Was it the...
Okay, what if it's the jury lady? Jury maid wife lady. What if she stabbed this lady thinking that she was the affair lady?
Yeah.
I mean, we still have those 2 guys before. Yeah, because the book is burnt too! Okay, so she got this book from inside the apartment. Yes! I'm figuring things out. It's the 4th book.
As you will observe, the 4th book was hidden from a view in the original print by the victim's torso.
No. No, Ryusuke, come on. We're 5 steps ahead of you. Come on, we gotta catch up, man. Odar.
There, you see? Look at that. Look.
Yeah. It's just like I said, isn't it, my darling?
Yes, sir. Patricia's always right, sir. Let us say the receipt of books purchased by the accused in the day in question. Mrs. Beat, the tiles once again, if you please.
Oh yes, of course. The picture of Monsieur somebody or other.
The picture of Monsieur Lequois.
I don't know. What's it, earnings?
Canterbury earnings.
A meal for someone.
A meal for Capra? In fact.
I don't know. Could make me say hard words.
As the court has just heard, the witness remembers the book tiles flawlessly, save for a few minor details. Mrs. Beat's power of recollection can only be described as exceptional.
Yeah, there was a body near the book titles? That's kind of weird, actually. Did you hear that, Rory? This gentleman paid me a compliment.
Yes, sir! Flawless, sir! Patricia's flawless.
But there are only 3 books on the receipt. And Mrs. Beat mentioned 4.
There's nothing surprising about that. Clearly the 4th book is that which is shown in the photographic print.
I'm sorry, counsel, but does that not seem odd? Why should the 4th book be omitted from the receipt?
It's not odd at all, my lord. As the photograph clearly shows, the 4th book is found in the victim's clutches. In other words, it belongs to the victim.
The victim was holding her own book?
I wonder, what became of that 4th book? Obviously, it wasn't overlooked by the investigating officers at Scotland Yard.
I have it here. It's not burnt up, though.
I have it here as evidence.
Well, I want it as evidence. Yes, please. You will submit that to the aforementioned photographic print, and the aforementioned photographic print to the court, please, counsel.
My pleasure, my lord.
Alright, cool. The 4th book's been entered.
prosecution rests. As should the Bobby. I have further nothing to add.
Huh?
You seem surprised, my friend. But your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but futile. The spurious longer route to the accused lodgings that you tried to establish in your summation examination, and the attempted discrediting of the witness's powers of recollection in your cross-examination.
You know? I walked right into this, didn't I? You see, everything we said is true. Isn't that right, my darling?
Yes, Pat. Marry me, Pat. So perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would like to reconsider the position.
No, not now.
Should the court waste any more time on this travesty? Or is the decision you have to make all too apparent already?
No, no, no.
You have heard all the witnesses and seen all the evidence. This trial has run its course.
Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid we're in a terribly precarious position. Yeah, I know, but if I fight back in the wrong way now, I could very well just make matters worse. Think, Ryunosuke, think. What do you do now? Raise an objection.
Objection!
I'm not done yet.
No, my friend. It's over. That last cross-examination was your final chance to establish a credible defense. And you failed.
The die has been... You can't bring new evidence and then say, case closed.
There's no more room for debate.
Well, it might be over as far as you're concerned, but... Oh, I can't think of what to say.
If I may, Lord Van Seeks, it seems somewhat boorish to close down the debate at this point. Your insignificant little Eastern Isle must be a lawless hole indeed. For a lowly judicial assistant to have the audacity to intervene in a moment like that.
Okay, dude, chill.
Oh.
I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. So you'll have to forgive me, but I consider my assistant's advice essential and her opinions invaluable. Aww. Yay, good guy, Ryunosuke.
Mr. Naruhodo.
One of this land's great guiding principles is tolerance. Dude, like, I'm just saying, like, in this trial so far. A lot of shitty things said, sir. So the court will hear you, madam. Go ahead, Mrs. Otto, please.
Very well. Pray, what insight can you give us? What have we all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further?
Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished. I see. And you believe that this new evidence warrants further examination, do you?
Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think?
It's just possible that the new evidence might be decisive proof we've been waiting for. The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their rulings in a moment. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is and why. So he must take this opportunity to examine... Okay, hold on. Court record. Yeah, hold on. The book. Open it. Wait, no? Are we not... Yeah, hold on. This is a burnt-ass book.
Oh, look at this. The book is badly burnt.
Yeah, you're right. You never be able to read it in this state. Especially at the letter pages.
What a terrible waste. Judging from the scorched edges of paper, I think the damage has occurred very recently.
A book recently damaged by fire. Why does it seem to raise a red flag with me? Okay, cool. Got it. Thank you. I get it. And thank you, Mrs. Otto. This is it. Suzato-san has managed to win us one last chance here. I can't let it go to waste. The defense wishes to present evidence, my lord.
Very well.
Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Evidence that apparently offers profound insight into this case and has hitherto been overlooked. Book. Nope, back. Present.
Take that!
The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. The fourth book found in the victim's hand.
Objection!
We have already discussed the fourth book at length. Other than it being the victim's grasp at the time of the incident, no significance has been attached to it. Pursuing the matter further would be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know.
Wait. Yes, I'm afraid, counsel, I must concur with the prosecution in this matter. When I afforded this opportunity, you led the court to believe that the— wait, did I click the wrong thing? The evidence in the question contained a hitherto undiscovered clue. So I must insist that you elaborate, counsel. You will identify this clue at once. Oh, okay. Like, you know when you just think right, the music stops and you're like, haha, it's an important moment. It's not, so I thought I messed up. Anyway, did I make myself clear? Yeah, my lord. It's, Mr. Naruhodo. I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence. Which means you may very well be on the right track. Yeah, I think you might be right. So, counsel? Precisely where is this final clue to this case, which this fourth book conceals? Turn it around and submit that.
Got it!
I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question. The back? What do you? Good gracious! It's been burnt to a crisp. So we have to ask ourselves, why was the victim clutching what is clearly an unreadable book? It's undeniably an extremely unnatural thing for her to have been doing.
Objection!
Unnatural, you say? And what of it, my friend? Were I to concede the point, if it bears no relation to the case, there is nothing to discuss. So, should you wish to assert that this fire damage is some veiled clue as to what happened that day? Pray, do enlighten us all. What truth does this charred book hide?
I need a witness, sir. A charred book? There's just one possibility here, which I can't quite bring myself to rule out. It's an outside chance, certainly, but worth a try. Okay, I'll explain my theory. Don't keep us waiting any longer then, counsel. Explain this theory of yours. What are you suggesting you concern from the fire damage this sorry tome has to suffer? Its owner. My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth. About the book's owner. I beg your pardon? But we already know who the book belongs to. The victim was gripping in her hand as she fell on the floor. After all, it's obviously hers. The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand is yet to be answered. However, as to the questions of who the book really belongs to, and where it originated, the defense has a very credible answers. Good gracious, how can you possibly?
Very well, I'll play along with this futile attempt to delay your inevitable demise. But do remember, the members of the jury may well burn you if your little gamble goes awry.
Counsel, the defense's response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of this trial. So tell the court, who do you claim is the owner of this burnt book? I mean, it's one of these two, right? So I'm gonna go him. Gyrodeb! Peruse it.
Take that!
Cool, the music stopped. The answer is that the book belongs to the couple who own the house where the defendant has his lodgings. Sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Gyrodeb.
The landlords?
And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know, but of all the people in London, one of the 6 chosen for jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Mrs. Gyrodeb herself. Oh my goodness me! I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Mr. Gyrodeb's wife. I'm his maid. It needs to be so much easier. You just drop the pretense. Alright then. How about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Gyrodeb's house? I would never presume to know all of the books he keeps, sir.
Objection!
This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accused landlady, you say. You implicate this hardworking member of the public, you besmirch her without a shred of evidence. Your actions are unforgivable.
No, I can prove it. There's a photograph of her. This is not mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time as the victim was stabbed in the pavement below, another incident was taking place in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Mrs. Garredeb's house.
Good lord. What sort of incident, counsel?
A fire, sir. A fire, my lord.
The lion's pride. By Jove! The very same child that's the subject of this debate.
Oh dear me.
Objection!
This is risible. All you've told the court is that a book by the same name was involved in a fire. In which case, it would be reasonable to assume that it was burnt to ashes. And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself from the scene of the crime.
Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord. Without going into the details, it appears that Mrs. Garredeb was considerably enraged. Apparently she continued to attack Mr. Garredeb even amid the flames. Oh, how awful. Can't imagine being so hard to the one you love. Can you, Rolly?
Absolutely not, sir! My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir. Had all my favorite old novels in that case. As soon as the fire got a hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Then the wife started hurling things at me.
Wait, was the glass broken? Do we know this?
There I was, back up against the window under heavy enemy fire.
Incendiary books. Oh my god, was she throwing things through a knife and then it hit the old lady? Or the victim? No, I still like my idea better.
Incendiary books coming to 10 a dozen. The man had his back up against the window, and he had burning books thrown at him? Goodness gracious, are you suggesting that the book was thrown through a window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime?
Objection!
No, but she was gripping onto it.
No. A thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted the very evening of the incident, and there's no report of the Garredeb's window pane being broken.
Yeah, that's quite true. We also saw no sign of broken glass when we visited the Garredeb household. Okay, so we didn't see broken glass. But is it not conceivable that the window was open at the time and...
Not even remotely. Let's not forget the season and the chilling weather that accompanies it. No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter. The defense postulate the scenario in all seriousness, counsel. Do you earnestly claim that the book found at the scene was a flaming projectile thrown by Mr. Garredeb's wife?
I believe it's a possibility, my lord. We need the Garredebs on stand.
Both of them. That's quite enough.
Oh, that's quite enough. Well, I hope that everyone can see you for what you are now, you little foreign trickster. Again.
Tolerance, you say? Tolerance, huh?
You call yourself a lawyer, but you're just a coward. A mean coward. Really? Claiming that our little tiff set the whole neighborhood all alight? Honestly. Ah, haha, you admit it. You admit you're Mrs. Garredeb. Implying that I'm merely posing as a maid for appearance's sake. How could you? It's nothing to do with this beastly case, not any of it. All you've done is sully our family's name. Wait, no, I assure you. That was never my intention. Dragging and upsetting citizens' names through the mud simply to divert attention from your failing defense. I should box your ears is what I should do. It's utterly unforgivable.
Too right.
Oh no, not again.
How long have we sat here now listening to this?
Spouting his fancy foreign theories.
But think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could have possibly stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with the mustache. Okay.
Everyone chill, Mr. Soseki, okay?
And you ran away from the scene too.
I do declare you're right.
It's true.
Yes, what did I tell you?
Makes sense to me. Sorry? What's that?
No, jury. My comb your history.
Well, it would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement.
But I need to call a witness.
What is your position, Lord Van Zieks? In truth, my lord, I feel these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But then, one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage.
Wait, no, wait. The mystery of the fourth book still hasn't been...
You know, I kind of want to be able to, like, someone's like,
talking back to me, just fling my leg on the table to shut them up.
If books are your predilection, my friend, study them on your own time.
Come on, Ryunosuke, do it too. Do it back at him. Show him the boot. What? No forgive the discourtesy this time?
Ahem. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
No!
Guilty!
Guilty.
No!
Guilty!
Guilty.
Guilty!
We just...
Guilty!
No, old man! You didn't even hear anything. Oh, I want another thingy. Thank you for the unambiguous response. It's twice. It's over.
Mr. Naruhodo, don't give up.
Mrs. Sato?
Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet.
You're not suggesting.
Of course. You can do it again. You can still convince the jurors to change their minds.
You still have one more chance. And the judge, let's do it. My lord, the defense wants to do it again. Well, stop calling for the jury to say things when I'm still talking. I don't intend to trick anybody. I intend to uncover the truth. This is no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined. I have considered the defense's counsel request for a further summation examination of the jury. And I have determined that the court must uphold the defense's judicial right to this procedure. So, counsel, you will now proceed with your second summation examination. I presume the jury is ready, Mr. Foreman?
Yeah, my lord.
Very good. In that case, I must ask each of you now to state clearly and concisely for the court the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of this crime. Alright. Let's do this. Again. And I feel the maid, wife lady, is not going to help us.
He left evidence of the scene, didn't he? Those 3 books of his.
If there was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider.
Even if the woman was throwing books, like, you can't relate to this crime if the window was closed, can it?
Dearie me, it was only a little book. Hardly life-threatening, even with a direct hit.
Look, I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in a tiny bit of trouble. Come to think of it, we had a fire at home a while ago. Gave me a sneezes.
Okay. Sir, that wasn't what you're supposed to do. Yes. Considerably more tangible arguments from all members of the jury this time around, it seems. With one notable exception, of course.
My learned friend was unable to find fault in the previous witness testimony. So the court must accept the fact that it was indeed the accused seen fleeing from the scene. And moreover, no one else was even at the scene to commit the crime.
Well, if the eyewitnesses are correct, it would seem as if the conclusion is somewhat set in stone. I fail to see how it can be argued any other way.
That means, I'm afraid, that during the summation examination, it's essentially established some other tangible explanation for the facts.
Huh? What even constitute a tangible explanation here?
Isn't it obvious? Who stabbed the woman, and how? Those details are all you need to provide. Simply give us a name and a method by which the attack was conducted.
There's a game might be hard.
Mr. Naruhodo, you have to do it. Otherwise, this really will be where the trial ends.
Yeah, no pressure, huh?
That's quite enough preamble. Proceed with the summation examination, please. I presume you're prepared, counsel?
Yeah, my lord. Alright, Ryunosuke, focus your mind now. Clearly, the key to the summation examination is going to be juror number 4, the maid. Or should I say, Mrs. Garadeb?
We have a book that disappeared from the Garadeb's house the evening of the incident. And the 4th book found in the victim's hand.
There must be a way to link the two. Yeah, that's what we have to find. Using every technique I've learned in my short career so far. Whatever it takes.
Don't forget to keep an eye on Mrs. Garadeb and how she reacts, even to things other people say.
Okay, cool, I gotta do that thing again. Neat. Alright, let's do it. Alright, left evidence, press. But as we know, there were 4 books, not 3.
Well, what difference does it make?
There's every possibility that the 4th book, in fact, belongs to the defendant's landlord.
Yes, that's the part I have a problem with.
Huh?
Well, at the point the woman was stabbed, this landlord fellow was at home, wasn't he? Enjoying a fiery scrap with his wife or something, you said?
That's not exactly how I put it, no.
Well, anyway, the point is, the fellow and his wife were somewhere else when it happened.
I think that's what you call a strong alibi.
So it could have been the landlord who did it? Surely it's the Japanese fellow. Honestly, I can't see what all this palaver's about. It's a done deal, isn't it?
I guess there's something way left to say. Okay. Pressing that. So, you might really change your decision, you mean? Oh my, such a light on your face. I'm afraid I shan't be swayed by emotion. Despite what you may think of me, I'm a very modern metropolitan and rational woman. Okay, that's great. If one reads the morning papers, it's all forgotten by tea time, isn't it? So why read them in the first place? You see, modern metropolitan and rational thinking, would you say? Not at all. I see it as an overwhelmingly suspicious man has been implicated in overwhelmingly strong testimony. So despite 1 or 2 minor puzzlements, I do declare the man is overwhelmingly guilty. Modern, metropolitan, and rational logic, wouldn't you say? Overwhelmingly. But us modern gals are always delighted to embrace newer fads, you know. So I don't be too happy to consider an exciting new theory if you could come up with one. Okay, cool. Happy to do that too, if only I could. So do our very best not to disappoint the modern and metropolitan young lady. Sure, I'm glad you made it rational there. This is off though, nice. Okay, now pressing books. What about the possibility that the window was open?
What about it? I mean, there's just no way it could have been.
How can you be so sure? Because if there's a fire, wouldn't you open the window to get the smoke out? Otherwise you, like, suffocate and die? Right?
The fellow prosecutor there said so earlier, didn't he? Winters in London are no joke. You don't want to invite that sort of cold indoors. So no, that window wasn't open. Us Londoners like sitting by the fire saying warm, you see.
But you couldn't categorically state that the window wasn't open, could you?
It just wasn't. They wouldn't have opened it.
Okay, hold on. What's the point of even having windows? Rinosuke, come on, think. Put your brain cells, counsel. You're kind of refraining from childish bickering. Oh, sorry. Somehow I need to show that there is an undeniable possibility the window was open. Otherwise.
Because this young man is going to budge otherwise.
Okay, hold on. We're skipping you for a second. Yeah, we're gonna press to you. Alright. Does that have anything to do with your decision about the defendant's culpability in this case?
Sorry, what's that? You'll have to speak up, lad.
Could you tell us more about that fire?
It was last winter. My grandchildren baked me a lovely cake on my birthday. It had 75 candles on top, it did. What a sight to behold it was.
You put candles on a cake? Was it some kind of devil worship? Okay, yeah, let's get chilled.
Oh, of course not. It was an angel cake. To celebrate my birthday, obviously.
It seems there's a common custom here in Great Britain, Mr. Naruhodo.
Anyway, I mustard all my puff and blow them out. Well, I must have blown wrong somehow. The flames didn't go out, but the candles went flying all over the room. The furniture caught everything, and everything went up. The whole place filled with smoke.
Definitely sounds like devil worship to me. And then by the sneezes, I presume you mean a cold? But how'd you catch a cold from the fire?
What a fiasco it was. The grandchildren, bless them. Threw water from me as they tried to put out the flames. And then because the whole room had filled with smoke, of course, we had to open all the windows to clear it.
Thank you, that's what I needed.
The biting winter air rushed over me like the devil dancing on my grave, it did. I caught a terrible cold from it. It put me in the hospital for a while. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry.
I knew it was devil worship all along. Something about this old man's story is playing on my mind for some reason. Okay. So, pit. With throwing books when it was closed with the fire.
Objection!
Yeah. Those two juror statements are clearly contradict one another. Oh. They do? How exactly, counsel?
Oh no, don't point at me again. I told you it wasn't me. What's that you say? Speak up, lad, speak up.
Juror number 3, do you see?
Oh, me? See what, sir?
Did you hear juror number 6's account on his birthday celebrations last year? It seems, despite being a Londoner, he once opened his windows in the middle of the winter.
Well, yes, of course, because it was an emergency. I mean, obviously, if the room was filled with smoke from the fire, then you'd be mad not to open the... Oh!
Exactly. On the day in question at the time of the incident, there was a fire in the Garrett household, and Mr. Garrett had the following to say about it. The whole place filled up with smoke.
Oh my.
Oh, my hat. Oh, hold on. Look around is D. Ma'am?
Excuse me.
Juror number 4, do you have something to say about that? Mrs. Garrett? Oh, dearie me. What was the meaning of this? How dare you imply that I'm hiding who I really am? It's imperative that you confirm something for the court. So please, it's time to drop the pretense now. What is? When the fire started in your house that day, did you or your husband open the window? What? I beg your pardon? What are you insinuating? The room would have been thick with smoke after the carpet and bookcase caught with fire as they did. In a situation like that, it's inconceivable that you wouldn't have opened the window. And what if we did? And you'd be lying to the court that you didn't, and your personality's lying to the court, and you shouldn't be a juror. And, 500 other things wrong with this case. My husband was frantically trying to open the window, which can't have been easy since I continued to give him the justly deserved book battering. Even though your house is on fire? Oh, you never stop throwing it till the anger subsides. It would be terribly bad for the nerves to do otherwise. Of course, I should have realized. This is the significance of 4, Mr. Naruhodo. You managed to establish that the window was open. We simply must have added Mrs. Garrett's formal statement. Okay. I clean forgot about it's true. Okay, hold on. Okay, so... should I press that? I'm gonna press it. I need everyone's pressing.
Hold it!
The 4th book found at the scene of the crime shows very obvious signs of fire damage. And the title of the book is The Lion's Pride. The same title, in fact, as the book that Mr. Garrett told us he had been reading. Well, I really couldn't say. On the day in question, did you or did you not throw at your husband a copy of The Lion's Pride that he had been reading? I did. It was the first thing I could lay my hands on, so I hurled it straight at him. And now you come to mention it, yes. It was rather enjoying reading it, you're right. So why'd you not reveal this information to the court from the outset? Because I couldn't, you insolent little man, don't you remember? At times like that, you pick up and throw whatever you could lay your hands on, as you well know. I really don't. I barely noticed I was throwing a book, much less the title of it. Okay, hold on. And yes. What is it, juror number 5? You know something? Oh my god, she hit him with a book or something too while he was working on the road.
I remember what it was. The memory I blocked out.
You blocked out?
It was listening to what this granny was saying. Brought it off, flood him back.
I bet she's hitting him. What are you calling Granny, you cheeky devil? I'm Mrs. Garrett, or the maid, I'll have you know. Or the maid. The man doesn't even flinch. Please tell me that's not because he's so used to being hit all the time.
It was about 2 weeks ago now. I had just got back from home after work, I put my hand in my pocket for wages I just earned that day and I nearly died. There was a hole. Every last penny had dropped out.
Oh no. Oh dear, what a disaster.
You haven't heard the half of it, boy.
Huh?
The wife was cutting up some chicken at the time. I could hardly get the words out, but I told her straight. I've lost a day's wages, love. Next thing I knew, the blade was whistling past my ear. Stuck in the wall next to me, it did, about an inch deep.
No words, just terror.
I could smell it then, you know, the godful stench of the Thames. Oh my god, is it the Thames? I'm gonna Google. I gotta Google this. Like, right now.
How to pronounce Thames.
Thames! Sorry. The godful stench of the Thames. I was sure I was gonna end up face down in the money banks that night, I tell ya. Now that's a real disaster, isn't it?
I'll never use the word lightly again.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When...
We're a court of tolerance, apparently. A court of tolerance.
I'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it.
Mr. Naruto. Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Sato.
You mustn't think that all women are so short-tempered and unrefined.
No, I wasn't thinking that.
Throwing household objects at people as well. It's so uncivilized. At least attack with honor, using a bow with a light.
Okay, Susato, you're not helping our case here. Also, you did Susato takedowns, like 400 on me on the boat. Wait, attack? Who are you gonna attack?
Never mind. Anyway, this man's words could be rather significant, I think.
Okay, we'll come back to the bow and arrow thing later, if I dare. Okay, so... that sounds like this. So we're gonna pit that versus that.
Objection!
Alright, these have a connection.
Good grief, you mean they don't contradict each other? Explain, counsel, at once.
Juror number 2, do you think perhaps that this could be one such novel alternative?
Oh my, whatever do you mean?
An alternative explanation as to how the victim was stabbed in the back.
What are you talking about?
We've demonstrated that the 4th book, The Lion's Pride, that was found at the scene of the crime, originated in Mr. Garrett's room on the top floor of his house. Therefore, it's equally possible that some other object besides the book could have found its way from the Garrett household to the street below.
What's this now?
After all, Mrs. Garrett could have thrown any number of different objects at her husband. Isn't that right, juror number 4? What are you insinuating now, you little beanpole? I'm beginning to think that, ever since the true origins of the book came to light, perhaps she's had a feeling this might be what happened.
Now, you listen here, you...
Eastern Gala?
Gala? As a form of this jury, I demand a straight answer. You give us this yarn about some other object making its way to the house, but what? What was it?
The knife! Oh, hold on. Do we have any evidence of who owned this knife? Okay, the blade's broken off. Okay, that was a thing that we know. Okay. I'm only taking a big gamble here. It was a bold accusation to make, but I haven't any real evidence to back it up. But I'm certain that at the very least this warrants further investigation. Alright, Mr. Foreman, I'll try to explain the defense's theory. The other object that found its way into the scene of the crime was... a knife! No! Juror number 4, Mrs. Garrett. What? What now? I must apologize in advance for this, but I need you to confirm something else for the court. This knife. Have you ever seen this knife before?
Good lord, counsel, what on earth are you doing? That's the weapon that was lodged in the victim's back, man.
My lord, remember that when the victim was attacked, Mr. and Mrs. Garrett were in the throes of an argument. Mrs. Garrett was hurling anything she could at her husband, who had been backed up against the window. A window that had been opened to clear the smoke, and through which a book sailed to land at the crime scene.
You seriously can't believe it. The book was found in the victim's grasp.
Are you saying that it flew out the window and across the street to land neatly in her hand? No, she picked it up because it was on the ground.
Huh? Even my missus ain't got aim like that.
Yeah, I admit, there are many details we don't yet understand. What's the point? That's precisely why we must allow this trial to end, not right now. Oh my.
Oh.
Mrs. Garrett, your answer, please. Have you seen this knife before or not? Oh, Did she pass out? passed out. Sounds like a passing out of guilt, if you ask me. My lord?
I wish to change my decision. I'm a woman of my word, after all.
Thank you, madam. I agree. I started to see this coming, but I just don't think it would be right for this trial to come to an end with so many unanswered questions. Mr. Foreman! I'd have to agree. Not that I think the granny didn't mind. Yeah, you know what? I'm not quite happy about this at the moment either. All together now, ladies and gents. Is the old man not doing it? Hey, old man. Old man? Oh, we did it.
Oh, congratulations, Naruhodo.
So, as a result of the defense's summation examination, a number of jurors' leanings have changed. 2 jurors called guilty against 4 now calling innocent. Accordingly, the opinion of the court is divided. And this trial will continue. On the next episode. Oh, it's even faded black for me. Okay, so, I mean, we still have those 2 people who were on the street. An episode? 2 episodes ago? No, you're not proceeding, Lord Van Zeeks. Yeah, so, I mean, it has to be the old lady. We still think about those 2 people in the street, even though they could be for a different trial. Maybe? I don't know. But we'll see next time. Laters.